Hey guys, good day. Today, just before we start, don't hesitate to punch the subscribe button. Never hurts. And today the mission is pretty simple, guys. I need your help. You have to tell me, you have to explain to me, because I need to know what a casual fan is. What is a casual MMA or UFC fan? I really need to know this. Every time I hear that terms being mentioned in a phrase by a commentator or reporter, interviewer in the UFC, it never seems to be good. It never seems to be good. It's like everything that happens, right? A card is shitty. A fight is shitty. A fighter is shitty. It's always the fault of the casual fan. The casual fan don't know shit, and the casual fan don't understand. So there's a card that sucks. Okay, they're gonna say, oh, the people that criticize are just casual fans because they don't understand every effort that goes into, putting a card together, signing up the contract, setting up the promotion, finding the venue, and all that stuff, right? Okay, I get it. Then now there's a shitty fight. Not a lot of action, people start booing. Then at the end of the fight, you can hear the fighters and Dana White coming to the rescue and say, oh, the people that were booing must be casual fans because you don't understand what type of chess game was going in there in that octagon at that time. And you can take for example, the fight that happened between Israel Adesanya and Yoel Romero, right, where there was not a lot of action, and then the crowd started booing because they didn't appreciate it. And then you had your Israel Adesanya coming on the post-fight interview saying that, yeah, it's the casual fans that were booing because they didn't understand what was going on, right? They don't know better about martial arts and UFC and MMA and so forth. And the same thing happened when it's a fighter that sucks, right? That doesn't want to engage, does not want to fight. And then, people start booing, tell it like it is. Then again, the same rant about the casual fan not understanding the game, not understanding the fights, and all that stuff. So that's the reason why it has to make me puzzle things, right? Because sometimes I really do think that card sucks. Sometimes I really do think that fight sucks. And sometimes I really do think that some fighters suck, right? Now, does that mean that I don't respect the effort that they put into their art? No, obviously, right? But the product that they give me in the octagon, to me, at that time, that night, that particular night, sucked, right? And then when I hear that, oh, only casual fan think that it sucked, I think I'm a little bit feel like included in that analysis, right? So it kind of bothers me. That's the reason why I'm asking that question today. What are the criterias that makes it so that you can qualify someone as being, let's say, a casual fan when they don't like a certain program, when they don't like a certain fight, or they don't like a certain, fighter in that particular night, right? So I don't know, and I need your help on that, right? I really do need your help because I need to find my identity. I need to find who I am and where I stand, right? Am I a casual fan, right? Or am I not a casual fan? If I'm not a casual fan, then all is good, man. There's like no problem. Life goes on as usual, day by day, and we good. We keep talking, right? But if I realize that I'm a casual fan, then that's a problem, right? Because it means that I'm going to have to shut up, and drop my keyboard because at the end of the day, from what I understand, casual fans don't know shit, right? And that's an issue for me, right? So as you can see, I've been all around. Like I got to admit, right? I cannot lie. I can't lie. I got to admit, I went to different sites to try to understand where I'm coming from, where are my origins. So yeah, I went to all these sites, and you know what? There's even a site here, right? That a casual fan's guide to the UFC. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing for you at all, right? where they give you, you know, the basic information, you know, basically it is a casual fan starting kit. Yeah, a casual fan starting kit. That's how you kind of categorize this shit. So yeah, so they even give that. So isn't that amazing? That's fantastic. Yeah, and you have other, what type of MMA fan are you? Where they give their description here with things to know how to identify a casual fan, which is great, right? So that you know, but starting with these two already, there's a problem, because I don't think that these are things that you can say that someone is a casual fan because he doesn't like takedowns, right? Or because he doesn't like fighters, you know, ground fights, right? When the fight is happening on the ground. So I don't think that this can be a criteria to say that someone, right, is a casual fan. So this is ridiculous already. So at the end of the day, we need to understand what are the criteria, and you have to help me understand what are the criteria to assess that someone is a casual fan. And on top of that, why does it have to be negative all the time to be a casual fan, right? That's the second thing that I don't understand, because these are fans anyways. They got the label fans. So these are fans anyway, right? Who love the sport, who try to understand the sport. Maybe they don't have enough time to understand the sport. So to understand the sport even more, right? But they have a basic understanding of that sport and they love it. And that's the most important thing, right? They talk about it, they love it, right? But there's other definitions though, right? I'm saying that casual fan loves it, but that definition here makes the boundary between someone who loves the sport, who wants to understand the sport, who wants to learn more about the sport, right? Versus someone who actually doesn't really care about the sport. When I say doesn't really care about sport, doesn't really care about everything that is involved inside of the octagon. So the only thing they care about from here, this guy, from the casual fan, is the pageantry. And they don't care a second if a fighter, you know, the style of fighter that it is, what is his best weapon, how he can defend, you know what I mean, what is his record or stuff like that. They couldn't care less about this stuff, right? So they really make the boundary between, okay, the guys who are more interested about everything that's happening outside of the octagon, on the social media side, on the paparazzi side, tabloid side, and all that stuff, than everything that is happening, you know, currently inside of the octagon where the real shit happens, right? So that makes the difference here. I think it's a little bit broad, but at least he's got the benefit here to be very clear, right? If you only like, okay, Conor McGregor because he's a big mouth, right? But you don't know shit about him as a fighter and how he fights, then you're a casual fan, which to me, you know, at least has the benefit to be very clear. And also to make it so that I am not a casual fan, which is good, because like I said, when they're talking about casual fan, it's always negative, because casual fans don't understand and casual fans don't know shit about shit, right? So let's get clear in that. But I challenge this though, Laura. But that's how it's portrayed. That's you know, how it's said on TV, and that's how I felt it. That's how I feel it, right? So now let's get down to business. So what are the criteria to be a casual fan? I mean, some of them, like we said, I don't know. I don't agree with the criteria, right? Because they don't make sense. I think that these are criteria that can go along with even the most expert guys that maybe don't fancy, you know, fight on the ground, or people taking down like Ben Askren, making their career being champion just by taking people down and that's it, and mauling them, right? At least some other fighters that are known for their ground game, right, are also known for their stand up. So, you know, they got to be a mix of everything. But guys that unidimensional, like Ben Askren taking people down, maybe some people might find it boring as well. So yeah, I don't agree with this guy here, because already he's a symptom for being a casual fan. All kind of crooked. Right? There's some other guys that are a little bit more, you know, I said I don't think that I have it. I lost it already. This is the guide. But some guys are even tougher, right? In the sense that yeah, you have to be in good shape. You have to have done some fighting, boxing, jiu-jitsu, something like that, or MMA fight. You have had to have some fights. I don't know if it's in the street or the octagon and all that. I mean, you need to be kind of an athlete for some guys to, not to be a casual fan, which I don't understand, right? Because again, we need to make sure about what is the criteria, to assess that someone, a fan, is a casual fan or not, right? So listen, since I didn't find in the internet, right, with all the site that I went to, and you see, even Dana White is slamming casual fans, right? He's naming casual fans because the casual fans do not respect. He's saying that the only people that don't respect Kamaru Usman record-breaking run, right, are the casual fans because they don't understand, right? I'm pretty sure that there's some experts that don't respect that as well. But you know what? Everybody has his own consideration for respecting it, right? And his own opinion. We're not robots, right? So even Dana White, and you got a lot of expert commentator. You got a lot of expert commentator, and obviously some of the mouthpiece of the UFC. With first in line, you got your Chelson and Daniel Cormier. UFC this, UFC that. Casual fan sucks. Casual fan don't know shit. But it's okay. We get it, and we take it. They're being paid in full, so they have to represent. Understand that, right? But sometimes, you know what? You have to draw the line, right? You have to draw the line. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it hurts. So it is what it is. So, in my opinion, since I haven't found yet anywhere on the web that satisfy my understanding of the criteria, I'm gonna try to give my criteria of how a casual fan should be judged or evaluated. So, in my opinion, we have to assess if someone is a casual fan based on the following: based on his, first of all, let's say, knowledge of the rules, right? I think a casual, this should be a criteria. Knowledge of the rules. Knowledge of the scoring system. I think this should be a criteria. Knowledge of the categories. Welterweight, lightweight, heavyweight, and all that. The weights, the belts, who are the champions, and so on and so forth, right? I think it should be also, one of the criteria should also be knowledge of the fighting game, knowledge of MMA and the different disciplines that goes in there, right? I've already said knowledge of the rules and scoring, but knowledge of the MMA disciplines, right? So BJJ, boxing, even basic knowledge, it doesn't matter. Knowledge of this there, right? And I think, let me think again about this. So this is all, and understanding, and when I say knowledge of the different boxing game and the techniques and all that stuff. And when I say knowledge of the arts, I think it's knowledge of the arts that I would say, because it involves everything. Knowledge of the fighting arts, knowledge of the different techniques that goes into there, it means, and also knowledge of the different strategies, right? Not only how to throw a punch technically good, but how to set it up, right? Also the different strategies, kind of understand, okay, when you see the fighters with different styles, what style, what one has to do to be able to beat the other guys, and what are the strengths of each other, what are the weaknesses of each other, and how they can exploit it. Have a basic understanding of that as well, right? So, in my opinion, this is what people can be judged at, for being a casual fan or not. I don't think that, knowing basically how to set up a fight, how to make people sign contract, what these guys have eaten yesterday, right? What these guys have said on social media, Facebook, Twitter, or so on and so forth, the previous, in the last week is most important. What he has bought, 2 watches and all that stuff. I don't think that that is much important to me to qualify someone as a casual fan, right? And at the end of the day, they will know that, because if they are a little bit knowledgeable in all the things that I said, the criteria for a casual fan, then they go check out on the internet, inform themselves. They will run out into like all these other topics about like let's say what other promotion there is in MMA, and we know it's not only UFC. What are the different champions? When are the fights gonna happen? What's going on Tough, right? Is that what should be a criteria? You know what I mean? To know exactly what's going on in Tough, right? What should be a criteria to have to, let's say, listen to when you watch a card? You have to listen to the prelim. You have to watch all the different card, the UFC main event, and the UFC events, and also the fight night events. You know what I mean? To me, basically, this doesn't qualify as a criteria to deem myself a casual fan or not a casual fan. And then again, like I say, I want to know what the criteria is, but I'm giving you mine. Mine are basically understanding of the rules, understanding of the scoring system, understanding of the categories, what are the categories that goes in there, women like men, and understanding of the fight game, understanding of the discipline, understanding of the strategy, the techniques, everything that goes into, being able to understand what are the strengths, the weaknesses of each fighter, the techniques that they use, the fighting style that they use, and how they can match up against each other. So, and then in that, then you can decide who's a casual fan or not. But again, like I'm saying, it shouldn't be negative, right? It shouldn't be negative like, okay, these guys don't know shit. Because if you're saying that, it means that you're talking about people that don't know shit. A fan is someone that knows a minimum of shit, right? And a fan is someone that is interested in a sport. So if he's interested in a sport, then he knows a little bit about the sport. So in those criteria, you have to define, am I a casual fan or am I not a casual fan? And I guess a casual fan would be someone who has minimum understanding of the rules, minimum understanding of the scoring system, minimum understanding of the categories, who's the champion, the weight limits and all that. Someone who has limited understanding of the fighting game, the different fighting styles, the techniques that are being used, the understanding of, what are the strengths of this fighter or this fighter, and how can this strength be matched together when we have to do a prediction now, the different strategies that they can use to beat each other, right? This is a guy that has limited understanding of that, right? So, in that regard, if I look at myself, right, I wouldn't say that I'm a casual fan in that regard, right? Because I think that even if I think myself as a casual fan, I would say I think myself as a casual fan, because I think that some people are putting a lot more effort and time to know all these things. And I don't know all these things, to be honest with you. I don't know a lot of these things. I understand the fight games when it gets into the octagon. That's where I'm pretty good at. Try to understand what are the style of each fighter, what are their weaknesses, what are their strengths, and how they can compete against each other, and what are their keys to victory or defeat for each of them, right? That is more my strength, right? In regards to knowing what exactly are the weight limit, or knowing like all of the champions in those categories, this is less my bag. Knowing all of the terms, example of the UFC and the different techniques, this is less my bag. But I do understand the fighting game, in the sense that yes, I can tell you that okay, this guy is better on the ground, on his feet. He likes ground and pound. He's able to do a lot of submission when he gets someone on the ground. I can tell you that this guy is a better striker. He's got more techniques. You know what? And I can try to make prediction based on that. Some people are a lot better, but at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, like I was saying, casual shouldn't mean negative. Casual shouldn't mean you don't know shit. right? I understand that maybe the UFC and people wants to polarize in the sense that, oh guys, you have to move from casual to expert to a higher level of knowledge. Right now you don't know shit, so if you want to be respected you have to. But I don't agree. I think that casual fans are fans that understand this shit, fans that have understanding of the combat sport, and do understand also, I mean, what are the strengths, and they can analyze a fight, they can follow a fight. And at the end of the day, you need to understand that if those so-called experts were so much expert that they are called expert, right? How come when there's a prediction that needs to be made, they're always wrong? And a lot of them are wrong. Well, I could see in my head when I'm doing a prediction that, yeah, this is what's happening, right? And me, as I consider myself a casual fan, I've been right a lot more time than some of the experts that I listen on TV are right. You know what I mean? So it doesn't make sense. I mean, at the end of the day, if you want to qualify yourself as an expert, right, and not a casual fan, you have to represent and you have to be right all the time when there's a prediction to be made. That's my understanding. That's what an expert is. Otherwise, you cannot say that someone is a casual fan, you know what I mean, because he's got his own opinion on, example, a fight being shitty, a fighter being shitty, or a freaking card being shitty, right? If they suck, they suck. Name it as they are. They suck, right? But there's that freaking, I don't know what, that protectionism and that's monopoly of the UFC, right? That controls like almost everything, pushing that narrative that casual fan basically don't know shit. And I think, and at the same time, I don't understand because they say that it's casual fan that bring in the bread, that bring in the money. So you're insulting those fans that are giving you a great amount, a great percentage of your purse. So it doesn't make sense, right? So this is my rant, guys, on casual, on people calling out casual fans and making them seem as if they are really shitty. They don't understand shit about anything, right? I think that I am a casual fan, but I am a casual fan based on my criteria. I would like you guys to tell me what are the criterias, and if I am a casual fan, first of all, and what are the criterias to be a casual fan, to be called a casual fan, and also should a casual fans, if someone is a casual, should that be a negative stuff? That if someone sees I don't know, an Adesanya and a Yoel Romero fight and he doesn't like it and just say I don't like it, it's not my, I don't like it, there was no action, should that be put on the back of the casual fan? And do really all the experts really did say, oh wow, oh shit man, that was a great fight man, we should have like some fight like that all the time, right? I don't know, I'm not sure, maybe, but someone have to let me know. So yeah, guys, I'm counting on you. Let me know where I stand, let me know who I am, and like that I will know how to act, right? How to react, basically. So still up to you. Let me know. Casual fan, good or bad? Casual fans, right? Let me know what it is. What are the criteria to assess that someone is a casual fan? All right, guys, drop some lines. Thumbs up or down. You know how it is. Doesn't matter. The more there are, the better it is to have a good and strong discussions. So here we go. I'll let you go. Stay safe.